Get out of here now, or I'll knock you out cold. That's what the MMA fighter growled, cracking his knuckles in the dimly lit parking lot behind O'Malley's tavern. This was the same guy my wife had been seeing behind my back for 3 months. I sized him up, his chest puffed out, muscles straining against his fitted shirt like he was ready to step into a cage match. Then I glanced at Sarah, standing next to him, arms folded, expecting me to cower like some spineless husband. My name's Ethan Caldwell. I'm 38, a former Special Forces operative with 14 years of service before settling back in Raleigh, North Carolina. Now I work in construction, framing houses instead of taking out threats in places most folks can't even spell. But some instincts stick with you, like scanning a crowd or spotting when someone's all bark and no bite. She's finally with a real man, Trent boasted, stepping closer. His breath reeked of energy drinks and cheap lager. Someone who can actually keep her safe. I gave him a faint smirk. Cage fighting's one thing. 14 years neutralizing threats overseas taught me 53 ways to end a confrontation without breaking a sweat. He chuckled, but I caught a flicker in his eyes, uncertainty creeping in. Perfect. You think your war stories intimidate me? He said, his tone losing its edge. I started rolling up my sleeves, slow and deliberate. Not because I was itching to fight. I wanted him to see the scars. Shrapnel marks from Fallujah, burned scars from a chemical explosion in Mogadishu. The jagged knife wound from a close call in Aleppo that should have ended me. Trent's stance shifted. His shoulders sagged just a bit. Ethan, enough, Sarah snapped, her voice sharp now. You're causing a scene. I looked at her, really looked. The woman I'd married 6 years ago, who used to trace those scars with her fingers and tell me she admired what I'd given for our country. Now she stood next to a guy who thought flexing made him a threat. I'm not causing anything, I said calmly. Just showing your new guy what real combat looks like. Trent took a step back, then another. This ain't finished, he muttered, but we all knew it was. I walked to my pickup, fired up the engine, and pulled out of the lot. In my rear view, I saw Trent lean down to whisper something to Sarah, something that made her nod and smile. It told me this wasn't just about my wife anymore. This was about a guy who thought he could bully a veteran and walk away clean. Sarah and I met at a diner near the base when I was still active duty. She was wrapping up her nursing degree, pulling double shifts to cover tuition. I was between deployments, trying to figure out how to act normal for a month before heading back to the sandbox. She made me laugh, helped me forget the things I'd seen, gave me hope I could build something solid when I retired. We tied the knot 2 years later, a small ceremony with just family and a few of my army brothers. Sarah wore her mother's dress and teared up when I vowed to love her through whatever came next. I meant every syllable. Coming home for good was tougher than I expected. Civilian life felt sluggish, too quiet, too tame. I startled at loud noises, couldn't sleep. Sarah would wake up at 3 a.m. to find me checking the deadbolts, making sure the windows were locked. She never griped, just held me until the tension eased. I landed a job with Horizon Builders, putting up custom homes for rich folks in North Raleigh. The hard labor helped, using my hands to build instead of destroy.
I can't tell you the full story in this short video. If you want to see the full story, the link is given below. Click on it to watch the full story.